Hey guys, it is Christine. Welcome back to my channel. I've been waiting for it to quieten down in my house, and I just don't think it's going to. So if you hear noise, kids crying, everyone's fine. It's raining and we're crammed inside and all the rest of it. So they're fine. They really are fine. If you're new here, hi, welcome to the hot mess. I am a homeschooling mama of 3, and we're about to enter our second year of homeschooling. I was homeschooled myself for a lot of my education, so it is something that I am fairly passionate about. I love it. I can talk about homeschool all day long. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a bit about the Year of Tales curriculum from A Year of Learning. Several of you have actually requested that I do a video on this, so I'm going to share my thoughts on this curriculum. We have not started using it yet, so beware. This is a before kind of overview. I wouldn't say it's a review, but I'm just going to show you kind of what it comes with, what you should expect, and my initial first thoughts on it. So we are going to be using this year with my 5, he'll be 6 when we're using it, 6-year-old and 4-year-old. I do have the preschool curriculum as well. I don't know that I should have bought it. I kind of feel like I can make the elementary stuff work for preschool, but we'll see. We'll see. It's options. It wasn't overly expensive, so I don't mind spending the money. So if you're interested in this curriculum and my thoughts on it, then keep watching. All right, so if you are unaware of what this curriculum is about, is a curriculum based on the Beatrix Potter books. So it's a whole year's worth of learning based on that theme. She actually has a second curriculum, which is going to be available soon. She's been working on it and editing it a lot. And that is A Year in the 100-Acre Woods. How exciting does that sound? Winnie the Pooh for the win. And I think we're probably not going to do that next year. I think I'll do it the year after when my youngest is starting preschool, because she's only 2 now. So give us a couple more years and she'll be ready for that, because she loves Winnie the Pooh, and I feel like it would just be wonderful for her. So this is a complete gentle curriculum. It is Charlotte Mason inspired, and it's like early elementary. So she's got preschool through early elementary. You could adapt this to make it work for older ages, but I would say you'd need to add in your own math and things like that. But for younger ages, she does cover all of the subjects. So I think what I'm going to do, the easiest way to show you this is flip the camera around and do a flip through. But I am going to just show you, I've got the parents collection here, which I printed out. And I've got my tabs on it for the different weeks. I think there are 22 weeks total. 22 weeks total. Yeah, that's right. Which we're doing technically 36 weeks of school. So what I've done is split it up totally differently. So I'm not following this by the book, but there's 22 weeks. I think in the 100-Acre Wood, they've split it up to 36 weeks. And then we've also got a student notebook here, which has got all your pages for copy work and cutouts. Anything you need is in here. So I don't know how much of this we're going to use, because we do have a language arts curriculum that we're using already, but it's just there if I want to pull from it, and we can always use it again in the future. So I'm going to flip the camera around, do a little bit of a flip through, and show you how it works. Okie dokie. So here we have the parent collection, and this really is the main thing that you're going to need. There are lots of little extras that come with this. I will say that I was definitely overwhelmed when it came to printing it out, but if you go to their Facebook group, she has very clear print instructions in there. So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed when you get this, go ahead and check out her instructions. I would say just less is more. You don't need to print out the whole thing, but there's not a lot of color printing in here, and so it does make it affordable anyway. So I printed out here. You've got the parent guide. Okay, here is where she shares there's a parent enrichment collection, so you can read out more about Beatrix Potter, and they show you different resources for doing that. There's a lovely little welcome here, and I'll just show you on this page. It shows you kind of an overview of the curriculum, what's included in it, And then here is your yearly lesson overview, which is broken down into weeks. I'll see if I can kind of zoom in for you there. I've kind of got my own marks on there because I've scheduled things out. So it shows you like the different weeks and what you'll be covering and the books that you'll need. She's kind of got like written out how to approach the curriculum and her heart behind it. She goes over your schedules and rhythms, what your day might look like. I didn't take a lot of this on board. I'm kind of using it in my own way. I don't really use any curriculum strictly how it's intended, but I kind of pick and choose. I do love that for every section she talks about what you're going to do. So there's Bible and character, there's poetry, art appreciation, language arts, literature, book basket, spelling, vocabulary, math, nature studies, handicrafts. I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah. And then she's got there's every Friday at the end of the week, she's got a poetry tea time where you can kind of go over what you've done. There's field trip suggestions. There's also geography. There's a geography portion that comes with it. She's got recipes in there, menus for your tea time. I mean, there's like so much at the beginning here that you can sit down and decide what you want to do with. So I'm going to go through here. She's got a planning section here for every week. Weekly planning list. Story sequencing. And then she goes through the week setup. So here's your weekly curriculum. This is week 1. So you got Tale of Peter Rabbit, and it just very clearly goes over what you need. So week 1 for character and Bible. On Monday, you're going to do obedience, discussion, invitation. That's Tuesday, Bible copy work, Bible memorization. So this is just your overview. She goes into more detail. You got character, poetry, art appreciation, literature, language arts, nature studies, and science investigations, and handicraft. So what I've done is we're not doing all of these. We're doing character and Bible, poetry, art appreciation. We're doing some literature, just a little bit, nature study, and we're picking the handicrafts that I am willing to be committed to. So we're not doing all of the handicrafts. We're not doing all of anything. I've made it so it's manageable for us. And realistic. So that's what the overview looks like. And then she gives you a supply list here, so you can see what you need. And then there is Monday, and it goes through in detail her suggestions of what to do and how to do it. And Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday, she talks about the field trip and the tea party. So 4 days a week, you're doing like your typical school. Friday, you're doing your tea party and your field trip. So it's a lovely, gentle curriculum that is very much Charlotte Mason inspired. She's got the poems here, your recipes, your character, and your Bible verse there. So the only downside I have with this curriculum, and they've changed it in the Year in 100 Words curriculum, is they don't have a KJV version, which is kind of a bummer, because we do kind of strictly use the KJV Bible. So she has got that included, though, in the Year in the 100 Acre Woods, and also their Christmas curriculum that is an add-on to this curriculum. That's, I think, Christmas with Tales, I think is what the title is. I talked about it in my Christmas curriculum video, which I can link for you here. So that is what a week looks for, and she's also included the spelling list. So if you're working on spelling, there's a spelling list. So there is a lot. There's a lot in here in every week, and you do not need to feel like you have to do all of it or even most of it. It is meant for you to use. But I just love how simple it is. And all the pages down the bottom, you can see here, have the week. So that makes it quite simple to refer to. She has book basket recommendations. These are by no means, what's the word I'm looking for? I was thinking like mandatory, but like you don't have to have these. These are just optional. They're like a lovely supplement, but you don't have to have those. Our local library has like nothing, okay? So I did find on YouTube where a few people were like doing read alouds of these books, and so I saved those to a list so we can use them that way. But you do not have to feel like you need to use all those. And most of the supplies are very much like household supplies or like easy to come by. So I liked that. That is literally what the whole book is. It's set up like that. I don't think there's anything different at the back. No. So that's just all your different weeks. And she does have flashcards for some of the stuff. So I haven't printed everything out because I needed to see how we were going to use it first, because I didn't want to like print out stuff we weren't going to use. So here's the student notebook. And honestly, I don't know if I would have printed this out now. I kind of wish I had done it just like as we needed it, but I have them here anyway. So you can just see in here, there's places to do copy work. There are like cutouts and stuff as well. I'm trying to find them while I'm looking here. Like patterns for different things that you might be making with your child. Mostly it's copy work stuff though. And there's like vocabulary words and Bible verses and all that kind of stuff. So this is great because I've got different lengths of verses depending on the age of your child. So you can cater it for them. But this is essentially what it looks like. See, there's your vocabulary words to go along with the geography. And you can just add to this and use it as you want or not do as much, and that is 100% okay. So that is the flip through. That is how it works. Every week you're focusing on one of Beatrix Potter's stories, and then everything is like building on that. So first week you've got Peter Rabbit, and then it just goes on and on. I'm going to flip the camera around now and keep chatting to you about how we're going to use it in our homeschool this year. Okay, I've just kind of like plonked the camera here because I did not feel like setting everything up again for how I usually film. But basically, what you need to know is that you can use this curriculum however you want to use it. You can use it as a complete curriculum, or you can use it like what we're going to use it for this year. And we're using it for our enrichment studies. So I've broken it up so that we're doing like 2 or 3 lessons from this per week. And instead of doing a poetry tea time every Friday, we're going to do one every term. So our terms are going to be 6 weeks long this year, and then we're going to take a week break, and then another 6 weeks, another week, like that. And so I just thought it was kind of a nice way to end off the term. We can go over the things that we've learned, the Bible memorization, the poetry, and all that kind of stuff. But it just, like, once a week was way too overwhelming for me. I hate baking. Like, I just don't enjoy it at all. And I want to do it with my kids more, but like going full on into it every week was just too much for me. So once a term sounds like the perfect compromise, and it's also because we are using the science curriculum from Simply Charlotte Mason this year, and so I'm kind of combining the two of them, and we're doing a little bit of both every week, and that's just how it's going to work for us. I also, instead of doing this chronologically, the way it's written out, I kind of tried to get it to match up with the season that we're going to be in, so we're studying more seasonally rather than just following along in a, I don't know, chronologically, I guess. So I don't know if this is helpful. I hope it was. I hope it wasn't too all over the place and that it made sense to you. I think this is a lovely curriculum. Like I said, it's not a review because we haven't actually used it yet, but I just wanted to give you an overview and show you how you could use it, and that you can have flexibility to use any curriculum you ever want the way you want it. We are not a slave to the curriculum. We are not, what was it I saw the other day on Facebook? We are educators. We're not curriculum enforcers. So I hope that this was helpful. Leave any questions for me down in the comments below. I will link to this down in the description so you can check it out there. This is not sponsored. It's just something that I found on Instagram and I liked, and I wanted to share with you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach every